Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII with me, Daddy Gladdy. And obviously we get into a battle almost immediately. Why he's in the back row, dude? Alright. I swear to God that hurts my eyes, you know. I hate that attack. That's fine, that's fine. I don't mind Cloud being put to sleep, that's fine. I was walking up almost immediately there. Get rid of this gangly freak with a few grenades. Excellent work, excellent work. Grenades still do make short work of the few enemies we've encountered here in the Shinra headquarters. I mean, I've got enough of them to the point where I can just sit here and throw them. I might as well. They're doing more damage than I do with my physical attacks and saves us on MP. So why wouldn't I just throw them about the place? As we walk on up the Shinra headquarters, it leads up. Doesn't it lead up the middle, so it leads across the floor before it leads up. Go through the door. There we go. Good Cloud. I knew you could follow orders. Ah, Wiggly Worm dude. That's new. Vargid Police. Yeah, Vargid Police. Vargid Police? Vargid Police? I'm not sure. It was a wacky inflatable arm tube, man. That's what it was. It's 100% what it was there. Well, I'll be honest, the main reason I bought these grenades, right? Well, it'll be seen shortly. It'll be seen before long as to why I bought as many grenades as I actually bought. Now, I do want to make sure, though, that everyone is as close to max here as possible after the cutscenes and, well, the dialogue, I should say. Oh, come on, game. I'm right at the top of the stairs. That's just a couple of Vargid Police. These actually aren't too bad, I'll be completely honest. The health pool isn't that high. That there. God, Tifa, I can't wait to get you a better weapon than what you're rocking at the minute. From a certain metal cave. We'll steal a certain thing from a certain metal cave for you, I believe. President Shinra's got a sword in the back. Well, looks like somebody didn't agree with his political policies. Is it an assassin? I don't know, Tifa's the only one that runs around there, mind you. To verify whether that's Sephiroth's sword or not. She's like, I know this sword. Why we don't just take this sword? Because I'm sure Cloud could use this if he really tried. I'm pretty sure he could. But obviously, what do I know? Sephiroth came. He made a mess. Made a big old mess. You cannot have the promised land. It is mine, I tell you, Palma. Yeah, Sephiroth's a good guy. Exactly. No, okay, apparently Cloud knows him a lot better than anybody else does. I thought Cloud and Sephiroth used to have tea parties and sleepovers. Ah, Rufus. The first mention of the president's son. What people got to say about Rufus? Been assigned somewhere else? Red only knows his name. Tifa wonders what he's like. And even though Aerith doesn't know who he is, she's heard he's never been seen to be bleeding or crying. I mean, he's the son of the president of Shinra. Like, what's you got to cry about, and who's going to try and make him bleed? His father is one of the most important people in Midgar, and if not just Midgar, the world. He's responsible for providing power to everybody. Ex-soldier first class. I'm from Avalanche. And me, a flower girl from the slums, and a research specimen. We are the Motley Crew. Well, Rufus says we're just a crew. Personally, I think we're a motley crew. And this is before the extra additions of a young ninja, a possible vampire, and an aggressive old man that's obsessed with tea. Yeah, that's it as well, isn't it? That's all. Is that all the party members in this game? Can't think of any more, you know. Well, that's what Shinra and the army's there for. It is perfect on the outside. What's Rufus got a problem with this for? Oh, he's going to use fear. He's going to run it as a dictatorship. I mean, I'll be honest, Rufus just looks like a dictator. Minus the tater. I'm joking. I'm saying that right. I actually quite like Rufus. I quite enjoy Rufus as well as the Turks in this game. Yeah, Barrett, Aerith's the real crisis for the planet. Go save her. Look at her, with that dumb look on her face. I'll explain later. Just go! I'll solo Rufus. I'll take all the experience for myself. You won't get any. Ha 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 ha. Sucks to be you, Barrett. And the rest of the gang. Oh, Cloud, I need to go tell him something. No, why would you need to go tell him something now? Everyone, get to the elevator! Get to the chopper! I'd love to say that's the only bad Arnie impression I'm going to be doing this entire Let's Play, but we'd all know I'd be lying. Right, so your Materia's fine. You can attack or restore or work on the elemental forage. I mean, you can have fire, I guess. You can have a restore or a sense fire. Take a poison, and you need cover, so we'll give Barrett stick. Why not? Why not? Everyone looking tip-a-topper? Right, we're all tip-top ship shape. Let's go! Let's go! Oh, the dog enemy that we were fighting in this place, you can get, I think it's called deadly waste from them, I believe. I'm sure that's supposed to have a smashing animation, mind you. Anyway, this is a long-ranged enemy, and you best believe you're nuts. I am just going to have Red and Barrett chuck grenades at him while Aerith casts Bolt. Barrett's physical attack and fire ain't doing anywhere near enough to actually warrant using anything else. Heal when you need to. Limits, whether they are close range or long range, will still reach. You could circumvent this issue of having to chuck grenades by just buying an extra 2 bolt materials. But I don't want 3 bolt materials. It's bad enough I've got 2 fires. But I'd rather have 2 fires than 2 bolts. Once you get outside of Midgar, nothing's really weak to lightning. Like, the amount of robots we fight severely drops, and I'll be honest, I don't really think I use fire as much there neither. I apologise for the coughing. Sentry cannon charged. How about no? Crazy Dutch robot. I do like this little fight in the lift though. I've always wondered how this works, because that tank was definitely far too big to be here. But I guess it's just a deceptively small looking, but it's actually rather big. But Red can pop a cure at this point in time. I think it's needed. Oh, Red just popped a cure. I'll tell you what, we'll keep Aerith's limit. We can use Aerith's limit to cut in case I want to run it a little bit closer. I want to take a little bit more time, maybe, than Aerith's limit can cut for us. But as I was saying before with the deadly waste, if you want to take your time and try and get a deadly waste or 2, then I would 100% go for it. It is a free bio 2 on all on everything you're fighting. It's not obscene damage, but it's good enough damage that you don't really have to worry. Flying drill. Barrett. Ah, he's dead. Alright, so that was the two robots. Was surprised you hit them with lightning and throw a few explosives at them and they die. We get a mithril armor out of that, which, let's be honest, isn't very useful. Let's get rid of everybody's materia here. Now my materia is set up on cloud here, right? I know for a fact people are going to look at it as if I'm weird. But the most important materia to work on here, right, is, whoops, your restores, because you want everyone to have a restore all at all points. Your all materia, because the quicker you get that one mastered, the quicker you can become like a millionaire. And after that, it doesn't really matter. I like elemental. Elemental material can always come in handy for something. You know, maybe it's a certain a fighting arena later on down the line. And an elemental material might be worth investing in though. Well, especially attack elemental for some possible fights later on in the game, but nothing serious, but still it's nice to work on one. As we fight Rufus and his guard dog, Dark Nation. Now I'm sorry Rufus, but your dog has to go. Slash bleh. Right, God, bye bye dog. So this really is just, it's what I would refer to as a slagging match. Rufus is going to hit us, we're going to hit Rufus, and this is it. This is the entire fight against Rufus in the original Final Fantasy VII. There's not much to it, if I'm completely honest with you. The quicker Rufus decides, once I decide that that's how it's going to play, the better. I actually do need to heal at this point. But this is the Rufus fight. We just back and forth hitting each other. Ah, I didn't even make the heal. He was one hit away from death. But you know, I guess cool. I guess. But we get a protect vest and a guard source for killing his dog. Now I don't think I got any of them toxic wastes I was on about, Joe. No, I did not. Now a guard source. It says raises vitality, it's a permanent +1, so if I was to use that on cloud now I would go from 28 to 29 vid. I tend to just hold on to them until needing. If you want to stat max, then absolutely 100% use them. I'm not as interested in stat maxing. Can you get into encounters by yourself here? Oh, you can. Do I think Cloud can survive encounters by himself here? I'm not so sure. I really wish I hadn't found this out, because I know when you go and talk to Tifa, it just immediately pushes you to the next part of the story. It just pushes you to the next cutscene. But I wouldn't mind trying to get a deadly waste, to be honest with you. I mean, poison's not that big of a deal. It's if these put you to sleep, it's pretty much over. Well, I suppose not with Doggo there hitting you with his tail. What's it called, Zanini? Not with Zanini slapping you with its tail. You'd probably be alright for a little bit of solo deadly waste farming if you wanted to do that. I wouldn't be opposed to a deadly waste or two, just because I do think they are really useful. Can be really useful for a certain fight that I want to do. That'll do. One will do. Right, I'll tell you what I might do here. Actually, I might take a quick 5-minute segue here. I think I'm gonna try and get myself a second deadly waste there if I can. So I'll take care of that and be back shortly. Right, I'm back. Quick little grind there. I've got myself 2 deadly wastes that I need for a certain snake enemy in the not too distant future, which having high damaging, just any high damaging items that I can chuck is going to save us not a massive amount of time, but enough time to the point where, especially if I can get the poison off using that, it's going to be monumental. Now I do have a plan in in place already. I know exactly how I'm going to be dealing with that fight, exactly what I'm going to be doing. It's not like it's just going to be a surprise fight and I'm going to try and wing it. Thank you, Mr. Barrett, for firing your gun out there needless to these people who think you've killed somebody when you haven't. Yeah, Red. Well, Red's not cold, Red's just sensible. We do need to think of a way out of here, Barrett. It would be kind of useful to get out of here now. Where's Cloud? He's dead. Rufus won. Cloud's body was just too many buckshots from that shotgun. He's bleeding out on the floor upstairs. And here we go here. Barrett with his big size 22s there, just clopping about. As we get some nice ass music here. With free jiggly bouncy fan service there. Do. And time for cool escape sequence in a car and a motorbike. Let's go. I'm going to forewarn you, I am absolutely terrible at this minigame. And when I say terrible, I mean terrible. I'm not very good at this at all. But we'll see what happens here. Now my button layout is completely wrong. As it's going to tell us it's X to attack on the right, but for me it is circle. For some reason it's registered me controls as the completely wrong one, so it's X to form my party. Grab red. Everybody goes into the battle row here. Now if you give us a quick moment here, I'll quickly sort out my Materia. It's got my Materia all sorted out, simple, just restore all and everyone. I'll put the enemy skill on Cloud because that is going to be useful in the not too distant future, as well as Steel. Ice and Lightning on him. Although I am debating on swapping Ice, Lightning to Barrett, but I'm probably just going to grenade my way through this again. I'm down to 14 grenades, I might as well use them. They're not going to be useful for much longer. The only items I want here that's got actual use is the Deadly Waste. I can't think of any time I'm going to use local weed, to be honest with you. But we're ready. Now the thing with this is, there's one point in this that I struggle with, and I'm imagining a lot of other people do. There's a turn at some point. It's just ridiculously hard to actually see what you're swinging at. I mean, I struggle with all of this. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not the best at judging. I thought that would hit. My depth of field. My judging for this is terrible. No, get away. No, get lost. Now, why Barrett can't help here, I've never understood, considering, you know, the man literally has a gun for an arm. Like, Barrett shot them. Oh, when I done the little test for this the other day, this went so much smoother. Just to make sure that I still know what I was doing. Alright, there we go. We're starting to make... There we go. As you can see, any health that we've got here, that we finished this little run with, is actually used for the boss fight afterwards. Which, you know, you don't want to be leaking, but it's also why I put everyone in the front row and the back row when I sorted out my party. If you're a little bit worse than me at this mini game, I would recommend leaving everybody in the front row, so when the next fight starts, you are automatically in the back row. Like, that would probably be make the most sense. Guys, get lost. Oh, there we go. Ah, that was a 3 for 1, that. Yeah, this part here. If anything catches up to us on that turn there, right, I've got absolutely no chance of hitting them. When we get to a certain area later on, this is not what I use to grind out points to partake in a certain battle arena. I 100% prefer betting myself. Damn, that was some good emergency shot and some good brakes on that car and bike. But yeah, this is why I put everyone in the back row. We are back attack straight off the bat. Everyone being in the back row. Quick run away there so we don't take double damage. But I also don't have to worry about everybody being stuck in the back row damage-wise. Now we are in the front row. So Red's first turn is on us just to heal. We're going to get a cross slash and a big shot off almost immediately. These are going to be our first actions of the battle. Just try and pile in as much damage. Right, it seems. Oh, 705. We've got a crit on that. I'll 100% take that cloud. That was lovely. Now, I had cloud attack when realistically I should have had him chuck a grenade. It does. Honestly, the grenade is still probably our best bet damage-wise at this point. I know a lot of people that I've spoke to or seen play this game don't tend to use the grenades, but I mean, the grenades are out damaging cloud by nearly 50 damage, which doesn't seem a lot, I'll be honest. But at this point in the game, 50 damage is, it's not too shabby. Twin burner! I should get Red's limit, yeah. So if this thing survives a barrage of grenades here, it is 100% getting sled fanged. Which is always nice. Let Barrett chuck his grenade off before I use my limit. Yeah, he's still alive. I thought I'd make sure there because I don't know if it's one of the things in 7th Heaven that I've got set to be limit to appear as a separate action, but if I use it and the enemy dies, even if I don't get the limit off, it still counts as me using it. I'll lose the limit gauge. But we'll put more grenades. We've got what? Nearly another round and a half of grenades here before I resort to regular old physical attacks and the bolt spell. Don't even need them. It's gone. Ta-ta! See? You win all your fights. Just chuck a grenade at your enemy and you're absolutely fine. Another star pen. This game gives you so many star pendants early on, right? And like, I don't think I'm going to get poisoned anymore. The only time I worried about poison, right, was in the Shinra headquarters after Sephiroth attacked. That's the only time I will get poisoned. Sephiroth's alive. I have to settle the score. What score, Cloud? What did he do to you? Did he say you look like a Chocobo? How can you say it seems that it's going to save the planet? Like, we don't even know if it will at this point. You're just winging it for revenge. And Aerith wants to know things about the ancients, so I trust know many things. Goodbye, Midgar. Hello, world map. I mean, it's took us what? 7 hours nearly. I've said 7 hours. It technically hasn't been 7 hours to get to the world map. I have done a little bit of farming. For obviously the little bit of money, the aether steals, the carbon bangles. Yeah, she should be. I think you can split the Barrett a couple of ways here. I'd get some extra points for later on in the date scene. Spoilers. I want to try and date Barrett for the date scene because I think it's funnier. Oh, Red's only going with us to his hometown. I refuse to talk to the other two because it gives them bonus points for later on. And they already start so many points higher than Barrett that trying to offset them with Barrett is already hard enough. But we'll see what happens. Spoilers though, Red isn't leaving us because, let's be honest, we got to name him. It's an old Final Fantasy title. If we get to name the character, they stay with us. I'm going to stick with exactly the same team because Red still needs that limit break of his. Interesting combination. Well, you guys are just a little bit further ahead than Red. Or else I probably would 100% have probably Tifa in my party at this point. So we'll drag everybody back to the front row. Everyone's Materia's fine. I've got no equipment on anybody at the minute. The protect vest we got from Rufus is plus 10 Vit. But I'm not really worried about Vit or Spirit at the minute. And we now have access to the world map. Calm is that lovely little town over there. Before we get there, we have to deal with these guys here, and I am 100% wanting them prowlers gone first. I do not fancy having to deal with the fact that these guys can steal items from me. Bitch stole me guard source. Kill him. Kill him. There we go. Yeah, these guys can and will 100% steal your items. If they do manage to steal your items, make sure you kill them. Thankfully, he didn't steal anything from us. I'd rather not lose an important item like a guard source. But that's not the encounter I'm looking for on this bit here. And it's specifically on this bit of dead earth, rock, cliff, deadness surrounding Midgar. And it's not this dude on a motorbike neither. It is not the Devil's Ride. Devil Ride. There's an enemy I'm looking for called a Mithril Sweeper. You generally find them, two of them together, occasionally in a pincer attack. That is what I'm looking for. That is the first enemy I am looking for here. As it's going to give, there it is. So this is what we're after. Not only is this going to give us our first enemy skill in Matra magic. Finally start putting our enemy skills to use there. You can tell if you learn the enemy skill, because whoever's got the Materia equipped will do a little spin. We also want to steal from these. Now the only thing I will say though with enemy skill, it's a really good Materia, and you do get, I think you get 4 of them throughout the game, but obviously you only need 3. If I say come back here later to learn Matra magic on the other ones, the other 2 enemy skill materials, if I've got them equipped on somebody who's already got an enemy skill that knows Matra magic, I won't learn it on the other ones. They have to be on a different person, and there is some enemy skills you get 1 shot, 1 chance, that is it. Do not miss it if you want a full enemy skill. Thankfully, the moves that's like that, most of them aren't very good. But we got the atomic scissors, which is what we were after from this fight. But then we'll show off Matra magic in the next fight. But we got the atomic scissors, which is a weapon for Barret. Now, obviously, anybody that plays Barret in the battle, I never do. You can if you want. He is technically a ranged unit. But I always just have everyone in the front row. The atomic scissors, not only are they, on par with Cloud's damage here with 32, with 4 slots, they are also a front row weapon. They are a physical. I think this game is classed as punch, I believe, is the term for this game. They are a punch weapon. Don't understand how that works. All front row weapons are punch weapons. But we are going to continue on our merry little way here. Honestly, I don't know why I'm stuck on limits at this point. It makes absolutely no difference to me. You can still thankfully use big shot with them, even though you can't shoot with them. They are a claw. The claw. But we'll get rid of the limits. There's only 1 limit I technically want to have filled for a certain point coming up. But before we head into Calm, we're going to take a little walk down here, because there's another enemy skill I would like to try and get now. I mean, I'll be honest, 2 if possible, but I don't know if I can get both of them. One of them I definitely know I can get now. I'll tell you what, speaking of enemy skill, let's have a look at the one enemy skill we've got. Let's have a look at Matra magic and see if it's any good. That is what? 8 MP or something, 12 MP, something daft like that. And it's a free 200 damage AoE, which is nothing to be sniffed at this point in the game. I mean, honestly, it's really good. What are my levels? So what we're after turns up on this little bit of sodden marsh here. I find it easy to find them here. Ignore that shadow in the swamp there. We'll be taking care of that later. None of yous are what I was after. Now, I'm going to use enemy skill here, even though these little mandrills, you can see there, Barret just punched that ostrich. What a sentence. Now, I imagine it will kill most of them, but the mandragoras here like all Mandragoras, they have better magic defense. They've got a higher spirit stat than have a fatality stat, or a higher magic defense stat than a defense stat, depending on which way you want to look at it. We've got a lovely little area over here. I'm going to have a wee little goosey in to see if I can do anything in here first. There is an enemy I'm after, and it's none of these guys. But I am just going to wipe them out with Matra Magic. Okay, Matra Magic is 8 MP. Oh, apologies. Barret has been afflicted with Fury again. So we'll have to cleanse that. I'm pretty sure I can rest if the game lets us do anything here. I'm pretty sure I can rest up. Oh! Alright, so as you see there, we just got Blade Beam, which is Cloud's first level 2 limit. So the way that works is, no, we want you on limit level 2, which resets your limit bar, and it is technically harder to fill up. But the more enemies you kill, fuck, that's what I want. That one. The more enemies you kill, there's a certain amount of enemies in sense. I think it's, for the first level 2s, it's 180 kills. It does net you your second level 1 limit break, which is always nice. So I was watching the Chocobos dance here. They say you are supposed to go to camp first before you come here, but I always tend to come down here first. Matra Magic is definitely going to help as far as getting those extra kills for the limits go. But we also just got Chopmog there, our first summon, and I'm going to lock that straight on Barret for now, I believe. That is missable. If you don't get it now, there's a good chance you can't get it back later on, and it is actually the only wind elemental pack in the game, I believe. Yeah, I went across the marshes, dude. Oh, see if we get a Chocobo. Midgar Zolom. So 30-foot tall serpent-like creature. I've always wondered if that's a mistranslation of the summon from Final Fantasy VI. Was it Mid-Solemn? I think I can rest up here, can't I? How much? 100 gil? Ah, fair enough. I can spare 100 gil. So the only reason I've actually come down here, right, before going to camp, is for 2 enemy skills. It doesn't really make much difference who's got them. One of them is a lot more awkward to get than the other one. But we are going to talk to Chocobilly over here. Give me a Chocobo, dude. Old? I'm not old. Oh, guy, yeah, cool. I'll go catch a Chocobo. Yeah. How do I catch one? It's with other monsters and you can't catch it because of the monsters. And then they'll run away. We've got to use greens. Okay, where are they? Here's where there's claw prints, but you need the Chocobo lure. Oi. So you need a certain Materia. What else? Whatever you do, don't make them angry. You'll get hurt. Okay, so not interested. Well then, let's get down to business. You told us the basic one. So it's 2,000 gil for the Chocobo lure Materia. And now we need some greens. So the ones I want for now is I want Mimic greens. Mimic greens are expensive though. I think it's Mimic greens I want. 2 seconds there, 2 seconds. Let's have a look at my notes here. Right, I'm back. After having a quick consult of my notes, I was right. It's Mimic greens I want, but Mimic greens are expensive. So I have anything I can sell that I'm honestly not going to be using here. Like one of my star pendants. I don't care about that. Let's sell them ethers. I kind of want to keep my toxic waste if I can. That carbon bangle will be off. That can be off. I'm getting rid of the 4 slots. I'm not going to use a 4 slot to be honest with you. Mythal armors, they can go now. I'm not offering me Protect Vest or my Talisman. I'm going to keep that for now. Keep 1 star pendant. I don't tend to use it. But I want at least 5 Mimic greens. But I still want to have some change because I still want to have... There is a shopping... I do want to do some shopping at Calm as well. As well as... You know, I need money for another thing coming up. The only thing is I cannot actually get the enemy skill from the Chocobo yet because I do require another enemy skill first. Speaking of which, I actually need to move the enemy skill from you. We'll give it a red now since Cloud's got his first level 2 limit there. I like to keep passing the AoE skills. I'll tell you what, let's use this as a chance here to see Chocobuckle. And if that doesn't kill, we'll just whack off a Matra magic there. That Alpha Dunk has just sadness. Cloud now takes less damage. Let's have a look at Chocobuckle here. Go Chocobos! Now, summons in this game work. They don't work different, they're slightly different. So you get 1 summon per level. So at level 1 you can summon it once, level 2 you can summon it twice per battle, so on and so forth up until mastering it. Was at level 5 where you can summon it 5 times. But to be honest, I don't think I can think of any fights off the top of my head where I've ever had to summon that often. I'll be honest, outside of getting the level 2 and level 3 limits, level 1 and level 2, level 1, level 2, level 2 first and level 3 first limit, I don't think I actually ever use the summons. I much prefer to use enemy skills. I can use them as often as I want. Some of them are a bit pricey, but worth it, in my opinion. Everyone's different though. Some people prefer using the summons over the enemy skills. Personally, I just prefer the enemy skills over the summons. Red is a level 18. Can we get the encounter what I want now? Right, so we're going to cut the level till I get the fight that I'm after. We'll be back after a quick 10 minutes there. We found the enemy we're after, which is the Moo in the back corner. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to kill one of these because, honestly, these are a massive pain in the backside. They can deal quite a bit of damage, but they do have the enemy skill that we are looking for. So we'll see if we can get rid of that leprechaun at the front, and then we'll hopefully, yeah, I didn't think fire would kill there, thankfully. Ball should top it off, there we go. So now it is just a matter of waiting until it uses what we're after, which hopefully doesn't take too long. It's not sewer. Well, I mean, as you can see there, sewers will do, I'd say sewer does 209. Red is inflicted with fury at the minute. He picked it up in one of the battles off screen. I just haven't got round to curing it yet because I am after learn his limit 1, his second level 1 limit break, and hopefully this move is going to do what I need it to do. I'll tell you what it is. We'll do it on 2 times speed until he does. Hopefully it happens sooner rather than later, and hopefully it works. Unfortunately, as it is, I am stuck at RNG's mercy until they actually use what I'm after. That's going to trigger Red's limit. So we've got guaranteed limit break here to kill them, if anything. Is it going to use it? It's not singing. I don't want... that's not what I'm after, dude. Come on. There it is. Level 4 Suicide. Now, you don't have to be a level multiple of 4 to learn level 4 Suicide. Red is not. I think Red's a level 18. Cloud absorbed sewer for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why. Cloud absorbed sewer, but he did. But we did just learn level 4 Suicide. Why did you absorb Sewer? Why didn't it hurt him? He hasn't got anything equipped to say that that should have worked. Whatever. So what I have done is I'm going to kill that for a start and find my... Where's my potions? I'll move them down here, didn't I? Right, so I've moved my mech grains to the top of my inventory at the moment. Just to show that we did learn level 4 Suicide there. There it is, without being a level multiple of 4. Red still hasn't got a second one yet. So, with the Chocobo Lure Materia on, we're going to go down to these Chocobo tracks and just use run on the Chocobo tracks. What we're looking for here is a Chocobo with either... You can tell if it's Chocobo because of the music. This is not the Chocobo we want. We actually want one with either 2 Elfadunks or 2 Leprechauns. Is the one we're looking for. We're after a very specific formation to get the Chocobo that we're after, because we're after a Chocobo that's a multiple of level 4. So if it's with 2 Leprechauns or 2 Elfadunks, we are guaranteed that it is a level 16 Chocobo. Now, I mean, you can do it, generally you do this after calm, you don't do it before calm. Oh, perfect, second one. Right, so now, what we have to do is give it some mech grains. Pray that it doesn't run. And then we use level 4 Suicide on it. And he should retaliate on the one that used level 4 Suicide. Now this only works if you use mech grains on it first. And here it is, Chocobuckle. Which is going to hit red 13. Boink. For 9 damage. I think Chocobuckle deals damage based on the amount of steps you've taken in game. I'll be honest, I have no idea how Chocobuckle works. I never ever used Chocobuckle. It's just one of them ones that's really, really weird. But we'll end it with Chocobo. Let's go. Little Moogle getting knocked out there. But that is the enemy skills we can get for now. The first 3 enemy skills. I will put them down in the video description. I might even go back to previous videos as well, actually, and put down what I've stole, and from what enemies, just in case anybody is interested. Do you know what, Barrett? We're gonna chop Mog out before this dickhead sees us something useful. I don't think he actually took anything there, thankfully. Yeah, so I'll list in the video description what enemy skills we've learned from who, as well as I think going forward as well as stairs. I'll go back to the previous videos where I know I've stole things. I'll not list things like the others. You know, I don't think the others ether, however you want to pronounce it, is anything worth marking down that we've stolen. That was just more for a quick cash grab than anything else. But things like the atomic scissors, the striking staff. What else have I stolen so far? The carbon bangles. I know I've got another 2 steals coming up, I want to see in upcoming areas. Yeah, another 2 steals coming up in upcoming areas. Now, one thing I'm going to do here before we head into calm is I am stripping everybody of their equipment, because this is not going to be my party member. Well, I mean, Cloud can keep his. It's probably going to be Barrett that goes. Do I get rid of Barrett or do I get rid of... Hang on, let's have a look at the stats here, because this is going to make a big difference. What are we on? 31, 34 versus 20. I know, we'll get rid of Barrett. As much as I don't want to get rid of Barrett. We'll strip Barrett's equipment. So that we'll be going to Aerith for... I'll tell you what, I'll tell a lie. We're going to give Barrett his stuff back, actually, for now. Just for the sake of it. But I think this is where we're going to leave it before we head into calm here. Obviously, once we go into calm, there's some shopping I want to do, as well as a few items to pick up and find in there. Quite lengthy story section coming up, which is why I went and done the the enemy skills there now. Just because I know for a fact I'm not going to have time in the next one, and I'd rather get them out of the way now. Because the next one's already going to include a little bit of RNG and getting something else that I'm after. So better off doing what I've done now rather than later. Is the way I'm looking at it, the way I always look at it. Nothing to nobody's got anything equipped that I care about that I want to remove. No accessories equipped. Right, okay. So I'll put my items back to normal because I'm not going to be using my mech grains for the Chocobo we need to catch later. I'll probably just go buy a handful of really cheap grains and use them. My mech grains don't seem to keep them feeding for too long. But this is where we're going to leave it for this episode. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, leave a like. Say if there's anything you could recommend changing or anything doing differently, please feel free to let us know. But as always, this is Daddy Gladdy signing out. Have a good day.